Things are going wrong, that's to be expected. That's good. I can just go over what I was saying again. Yep, today's been productive. Yesterday, pretty productive as well. Yesterday, managed to very last minute get the VOD up. So I realised I forgot to make the thumbnail and actually render out the video and upload it. Only half an hour late, so it's fine. Had a weirdly productive Thursday and Friday. Got the script done for the camping video. And yesterday got the audio recorded, so the voiceover is done. I just now have to collect all the files together and make a project for it to start editing. So, productive yesterday, happy with that. Today, more real life productive things. Oh, also gym after that. That was my second one of the week on Saturday. Today, went and bought... Oh, also wait. Oh, I had the one that was like an art stream of like two girls naked shower or whatever. Just skip right past them. But yeah, also got the gym in the end of yesterday. Woke up today, went clothes shopping, got stuff for my friend's wedding because I needed / wanted new stuff. Got a really nice bomber jacket for it, new shirt, tie, all that kind of stuff. Trying to squeeze it in. And I was trying to work out logistically, like, how do I work today? Because I knew I had to get that early. And then also squeeze in a gym session because I can't go late or don't want to go really late. And also get the stream in before I go see the film. And I've never been so happy to have, like, my gym membership the way I do. Maybe. I might post one when I'm feeling good on the day. I've done some, like, test fitting to see if everything works because I forgot what size shirt I am. So I was like, I think I remember it being this number, like am I 15 and a half or 14 and a half? What size chest am I? Nah. Thankfully they didn't have any shirts that I liked on the Saturday or yesterday. It's still Sunday because I also did a little bit of clothes shopping on Saturday and then came back, looked at a shirt that I knew fitted nice and went, I've got half the measurements here, because it depends where you go, what measurements they use, apparently. But yeah, got a nice shirt, nice little, like, red accents and, like, patterns in the collar and the cuffs, yeah. Nice tie, nice pants, nice jacket, which, oh, the jacket's so nice. Just went into River Island store, I was like, mwah, perfect. This is going to be one of my go-to nice jackets. But yeah, productive day. And then my gym membership, like I was mentioning, coming back from town after I picked the shirt up today. And I was just like, where's the closest? Just trying to figure it out because I got a multi-gym membership. Just Googled it. I was like, there is one 5 minutes away. I know there's only one gym that I can't go to in the whole of Liverpool. So I was like, okay, hopefully it's not that city centre gym. Because I have to pay extra for that one. I was like, nah, I'm not paying the extra for one gym that I'm never going to use. So, got that done today. And now we're on to this whilst I'm eating. And I'm going to get off as close to when I've got to leave as I can. Ooh, very nice. What do you end up picking up? Was it just like, I'm assuming like tops or hoodies and that? Yeah, just productive day. Speaking of being productive, let's actually boot up, let's go, and get hunting. The song just kicked in and I'm like, oh no, I've got to dim it off now. Wait. No, I was sure I set this up right. No. Is it just... Am I just not being right? Because it's showing up properly. Oh, no, I'm sure I sorted this. Oh, I love a good long sleeve top. Nice. Oh, I've got the soft, a pair of soft jeans on now. I'm a fan of how they feel, not really how they look. If that makes any sense. What's going on? Because it's detecting it and the screen's black, which means there's some kind of signal. Un momento. On. Okay. It wasn't that broken. Yeah, it was only half broke. Honestly, I had to stop myself doing that as well. I have a real weakness for like Chelsea boots. Especially when I was like, oh, I need to buy like a nice leather pair. Leather gets expensive real quick. Have I got any... Oh, I do have game sound. Oh, and also for the shiny look, I swapped out Victory Bell for Dodrio. Because it just takes up less of the screen. Yep, and the timer. Thank you. I'm glad we all know how terrible I am at keeping track of anything, even if there's tools for it. That definitely needs to be like an emote. The only slot I've got is tier 2 unless I want to swap something from tier 1. But definitely needs to be a thing. Like, time it! Yeah, shiny rad and look at that, a big blue-lipped Venus flytrap trying to chase me around the whole screen. The amount of times that it would actually cover up a Nidoran was ridiculous. I'm going to try and not eat into the mic or talk while I'm eating. Someone check. Because I can't stand that stuff. What do they... There's a name for it that everyone uses that I forget every time. Like, you get irrationally angry at the sound of people eating. Spitting chicken. Supposed to be spitting bars though. I do need to play a song at some point. Depending on when it... Yeah. When or if I find a shiny. Depends on if I play a song. Because I know one off the top of my head that would just be a nice calm one that I don't need to warm up for. But I'm sure Bud would love the ASMR blasting through the radio while he's driving. Just a load of slurps and squishes. The film's at like 7 or like 20 past 7. I live literally around the corner, like a 10-minute drive if the road's packed. So I can push it pretty late. I can maybe get like 3 hours, well, with all the technical issues, if we count when I actually started, 3 hours-ish. I can leave about 7, give myself some time. I'm super conscious of how quiet it is, but I'm like, I don't want to talk while I'm eating. I was raised too well. Oh, I need to talk about some stuff that I've done. Oh, freaking hell, Nidorino just charged at me. Some stuff I did in between streams. Some stuff you'll care about. Yeah, it's good. I so what we talking like this when it but yeah, some stuff makes a difference to me and like how neat everything is and just how it functions. And some stuff is actual like new functionality. So everything is now, yeah, everything's now off stream elements. and onto like Twitch's backend because they have their alert box, which is all I needed it for. So everything's set up in there. And if you look at channel point rewards, there's now a TTS one, which I hope works. And I don't know how much I've got it set to. It might be like 1,000. Let me check myself while I wait for these to spawn. Oh, there's one. Channel points, scroll down. Message on screen, but oh, my screen's actually too small to see it. Oh wait, I can make that smaller. That's way easier. Let's see. Yeah, it's at 1,000. Which just means your message comes up in the usual space up there. If you do it through channel points, it just looks like a chat message. You can also do it through cheers. Because if people do that, I'd rather them get something out of it. I don't want people throwing money at me. I'm just trying to make as much benefit if people pay me.
This is a test. 1K down the drain.
At least it works. It's the wrong sound, but it works. I've just got to swap the sound. I'm happy with that. That works. That's because also it's from... I was trying to set it up with... Actually, no. It's a right sound. I was trying to set up the restriction thing for channel points. So I've got it where if you redeem to add a restriction, I think that's like 5,000 points. It's also disabled now, so you can't actually click it. But I've tested it, so if that one works, the other one will. It'll play a different sound. It'll say like, added new restriction, blah, 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 blah. I just wish I could get a better voice, but Twitch only has so many choices, and that's the best of them. But that was a ton of work and a headache trying to find a solution and then realising Twitch just does it natively. Which was so nice, but also just so annoying that it wasn't the fair solution people come up with. Like, use this extra plugin to then tie into this and link your account to this third party thing. Like, this all just feels too messy. Yeah, it's their alert, but if you stream on now and like Twitch's back and it's called alert boxes. Because that's what a load of streamers do anyway, and use third party stuff like Stream Elements or like Streamlabs. And I think since there was like some controversy with them, they made their own. I think it's relatively new. But it does work with stuff that others don't. So like with channel points and like hype trains and things like that, I've turned the hype trains and stuff off because it's just a bit of a faff. But then you get raids and all different things like that. Really nice user interface as well. A lot cleaner. Was it a year? I just went that long without seeing it in general. Oh, sorry, yeah, that stuff a year ago. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that kicked them from, like, not doing anything to getting people to not using it, because they were probably getting backlash, because Twitch does a lot of questionable stuff anyway. So, if it gets less people prodding in, then it's fine. Honestly, I'm trying to pick the back of my mind. I can't remember either. I just know there was something. Oh yeah, they did have their own stream and stuff. It wasn't just like the overlays. It's also why people started using like Stream Elements. Which is where I think Twitch saw the opportunity. Because Stream Elements was more to offload some of the work from OBS doing some of the graphics. To just have it as like a browser overlay sort of thing. And Twitch is like, oh well, we know web interfaces, that's fine. Get some developers on it, we've got tons of money. And now I've went from a couple, because the restrictions was going to have to be a different kind of overlay. I just put the extra work in to move it all over to Twitch, and now it's all one overlay again, which is so nice. It's clean on my end, it makes barely any difference on your end. Also, the overlay I was trying to use, or like the thing for the channel points, it took a second, so it needed one to go through before it kind of kick in, and then if it wasn't used for a while, so it kind of like start the message like new restriction instead of like added new restriction, and like playing the sound, like it'd be like a very jarring start, but then be fine. Where obviously I just want it to work. I'm just thankful it's all dead smooth now. And the fact that I could tie it into, like, I just make new channel point redemption things, and I can make it do specific stuff for the overlay, or like the alerts, although I'd have to separate out another thing, that's all back end. So I know there's potential to do so much more of the stuff. The restriction might be the one I do after this, just because it'd be nice to have a complete form dex. Especially because I'm gonna try and do bits of the living dex in the TMAS, which is Tuesday night. I'm gonna be on for it. Apparently it releases around like 1 AM for the UK. So I'm gonna try and be on and play it as soon as possible. But do that for the TMAS stuff, get those unique Pokemon, and then do all the gender variants from there. So before the second DLC, I'll have them a pretty much up-to-date living dex, or up-to-date form dex, because that's all I'm missing. I'm gonna try. Oh my god, stop jumping! Actually annoying me, because that just seemed like broken AI. Yeah, I'm going to try and be on about 1-ish. I also have work the next day, and depending on if I need to travel or not. To be honest, I'll probably power through and just have a load of like energy drinks and coffee. But I feel like, one, just for viewership, it's better to be on as soon as possible. Plus, it means I can try and get all the footage I need in one day. And just be able to edit that sooner, get it out, feed the algorithm properly. Yeah, or just set your notifications really loud and hope no one texts you. Set your notifications really loud, turn on the Discord notifications, and you'll be good. Because I'm probably going to be on before doing some other bits. I don't know. And just trying to like refresh the DLC or like the game. Or probably just to be fair, that's probably smarter and healthier. I just never do. I don't have any like sleep mode on my phone at any certain time. I'm just remembering how like stressed I woke up the other day because I left a stream VOD on from something that I wanted to watch from Doug. I think it was like his Rosa birthday stream. And somehow, like, I was past him doing all like the loud tests and bits. But when I'd moved over in the middle of the night, apparently my phone had touched, or my hand had touched the phone in the right way, where it had dragged the playhead back because... Is it going to show up? No, but like in the notification window thing where it's got the playhead, pulled it back to where, if you know Doug stuff, the fart gates opened and a load of like extra notifications were coming through while everyone was fully taking advantage of it. So just had like a load of really echoey, reverby farts coming out my soundbar, which is above my bed. So like right next to my head. And just Doug screaming like, wee woo, and I woke up fucking pissed. Because I'm not a morning person at the best of times. But I was woken up at like 4 o'clock when this happened. At 4 in the morning. I had a great night until that point. Because I did my usual thing of like, oh, I'll get on. I think I was feeling sore after the gym, which I'm only now just getting better after an arm day. Which was last Monday. Just now doing it properly, like having hot baths, taking my protein, making sure I heal. So I did that. I was like, I just soak myself, try and feel better, and get some. I think I was going to try and get the voiceover recording. I think that's what I was attempting to do. When I laid in bed, like while I was drying off, playing some Zelda, and then put Zelda down, but I had the stream on in the background the whole time, and just fell asleep. Because at that point, if I've put the game down, I'm falling asleep even if I don't want to admit it. Yeah, for sure. I'm just feeling better now that I've got my diet in order and I'm back in the gym. I noticed quicker results now that I haven't got tendencies to like binge or, well, I've still got the tendencies, but I've still got the elastic band on my arm. Just being a bit mug. I'm more conscious of it now, plus sorting the whole gluten thing. I'm actually seeing results quicker, so hopefully by Christmas I get to get this six-pack that I've wanted for, or not wanted, been going for months, wanted since I lost it. Since the stress of moving into the house and moving everything else in with me. Oh, and I also noticed I have a tendency, so I'll see the flying Pokemon shadow like you do with Charizard there. I have a tendency to just see like, okay, Dragonite now. Is it shiny? I'll just look for his little feet or like a wing and just see if it's either green or black. I'll be very vocal about it. And if I can find a tasteful way to do it, I may post it in the Discord. But it'll have to be tasteful. No gym progress pictures because they're too revealing and they're just for me. Actually, I want to test it. I just realised those the TTS stuff goes through as a request. I wonder, manage requests. It's gonna be very low frame rate for a second while I mess with this. Apologies. Oh, let's see if nope, Charizard's orange. Yeah, if I reject it, you'll also get your 1k points back. Hey! So your test wasn't in vain. Channel growth 69%. Yeah, I'm always... I joke about like the OnlyFans stuff and like, oh, I'm so in shape and look at how fit I am. Like, I still don't want to get views that way. Because I have pride. I have pride, I also have ego. So unless someone finds a way to like psychiatrically hack my brain, then nothing like that's ever happened. No worries. I needed a test anyway. Because I don't want to do it and it only works from me. Especially because I didn't check the TTS one, which is why I thought the sound was wrong. I'd only checked the restriction one. Which is also nice that I can turn that off whenever I'm not using it. So I won't just randomly have people using the wrong thing to submit. Like, added new restriction. Loving the stream. Sort of thing. I was thinking about this today. Because obviously... Wait, let's have a look. Orange bit of a wing. Yeah, while I was driving around, it takes a bit to learn a song. And it seems like a lot for now, just while I haven't really got time. But because I can turn them off and on, if someone redeems it to learn a song, I can also just turn it back off and just be like, okay, there's the one song. I'll try and learn it for next stream. If not, it stays off and I'll do it the stream after. So it's manageable. I just actually want to make an icon for it now. That is the only thing stopping me. I'm okay with the TTS one just being a generic like bubble. Although I may change that icon to just my handwriting TTS. The restrictions one is just my little JP logo. Which, I was thinking of this today, also driving around. Should not have took a bite of food when I said that. I was thinking, for my personal stuff, because I wanted to start messing around with just personalising my own clothing. I have a really nice Adidas hoodie that I love wearing. It's just a shame that it's got a giant, the new Adidas logo. Yeah, please redeem respectfully. Yeah, it's got the new Adidas logo on it, which I like because it's clean, but I just don't like the fact that it's a big Adidas logo, and I'll take the old Adidas logo because it's not the current one. So the new Adidas 3 stripe instead of Adidas original, which is the kind of weed leafy type thing. But I was thinking, if I could somehow steam that like vinyl printing, whatever it is on it, off, I could get like iron-on, what do they call them? Iron-on graphics for clothes specifically, and use like my brother-in-law's cricket cutter to cut out my logo. And then I really sold myself on the idea of like I could have like the black on black with different materials kind of look, so my logo would be black, only like a pocket size thing, but it'd be black glossy on kind of a still sheeny but a softer material, so you could tell a difference, like a stealth logo but for me. Yeah, personally I'm more of a fan of the Adidas original logo. I love them both, but I'll take the original, which you wouldn't think for me because I like things quite like clean cut. Kind of, yeah, in a roundabout way. I'm customizing my own Adidas hoodie, but putting my branding on it, because it's that typical thing of like, oh, I don't want to be like a walking billboard, but genuinely, I've thought like that since I was a kid. If it was cheaper, I genuinely would think about it. Because my brother-in-law's done some like big-ish graphics, like we're talking, I want to say his goes, actually they might have been like A4 size, maybe A3-ish. He's made some like custom Power Rangers hoodies for like him and a few friends going to Comic-Con. This is getting colder. I need to eat. I got to the sweet spot at the bottom of the bowl where all the juices are and just got a hit of flavour. It's cool if I could find some nice blanks, because I wouldn't want to just like put stuff on terrible t-shirts that I wouldn't feel like wearing. Yeah, the upside of a salad when it's actually dressed, because people don't like salads, but then they've also never dressed a salad. Yeah, if I found nice blanks, or even like probably hoodies and stuff. If I could find a nice hoodie blank that wasn't spending like 60 or 70 quid on Adidas hoodie every time I want to customize one, even though they are really comfy. The only reason I do it with the one I've got now is because I've worn it that much. There's actually a couple marks in the Adidas logo, so I wouldn't mind taking it off. And then if my logo doesn't work, then I've still got a nice clean hoodie. I wonder how many Nidoran I'm up to. And there's one just spawned there while I was waiting. Nidoran. Check data. 786. Yeah, clean anything is just nice. Because what got me thinking about doing all that stuff was the difference between expensive clothes and cheap clothes. Because the more expensive you get, the more subtle the logos get, or just they're not on there. It's a few days. If you've been binging it, you may be on like something season 2, like the War in the Wall or something. I don't know if that's a name, but you get the gist. The one with the wall, the War in the Wall. If I was to name it like a Friends episode. I'm being very careful to not have like compromising screenshot faces. Just me at the edge of the camera, mouth open, ready to receive. $285. After we gone, just a thing. Oh, what's that one? It's been a good while since I've seen it. Love it. Just haven't watched it recently. Hey, Out of Context channel is really like kicked off. Apparently they make feckle, but they really help people kick off the subscribers and that. They're also just full-time work though. So, not planning on doing one of them anytime soon. Yeah, that's what I love about Solar Opposites. There's an A, a B, and sometimes a C plot. All running in tandem. Oh. Well, they just all like they built out a world, and there's so many little relationships that are too fleshed out for a C plot. Although I think at some point in season 3 they did like realize those plots were getting too big and gave the wall like some of the main episode plots. So it got promoted from like a C to an A, or at least a B. Yeah, in a nutshell. It kind of flips the whole thing of like aliens don't come to our planet because these seals is too violent. It's like, no, but what if the aliens are the violent ones? And it just happens to be coincidence that we haven't seen them. Like the whole thing of Yumulak just wanting to kill everyone, and Corvo to be fair. The others are just like, no, be nice to them. Until it takes like half a second of pushing, and they're like, nah, they're dead to me. No worries. I was happy to recommend it because I got it as a random recommendation. Because I didn't realise it was a thing, and I kind of almost writ it off until someone described it to me. Yeah, I feel like that was almost on par with the Dream episode. And I just read the Dream episode just randomly. With the, not the Dream episode, the one where they had like the brain memory bug in Rick and Morty. It's so random, and they have the stupid like MacGuffin items all the time. It's amazing. Like, oh, this gun can specifically do this thing that we need it to do, and just no reference to how or why it does it. They just have it. The Inception. Oh, I can't remember. This is just making me want to go back and watch more of it. Or I wonder if it's a show that I know well enough that I could just have it as like a podcast while I drive. Because I'll do that. Either like if I'm trying to go to sleep, I'll try and find like a long video about a game that I know, or like a series, and put that on, because I can basically close my eyes and imagine what they're talking about anyway. Honestly, count your blessings that it's not as popular, because as soon as Rick and Morty got popular, it kind of went downhill in being able to enjoy it. Not necessarily in the plot. I think the plot is still good. They're just kind of running out of things they can do. And it takes a lot more creative energy to keep it going with the same momentum. But yeah, as long as it stays at that nice level of like, it's good, but it's not super popular, I'm happy. I'm just hoping, to loop it back to why we originally got talking about it, I'm hoping Futurama picks up in these last 3 episodes. I'm just checking if the new one's out. Disney Plus, Futurama. I've definitely got a lore on, because I've renewed it. Yeah, it's still Rage Against the Vaccine. Yeah, like I said, I give the first one its due, because they really don't in the next ones. I think every show at this point is just like, hey, we've been picked up by Hulu, and like, not as like a brag, more of like a fuck you other networks, more than anything. Because they are kind of the underdog streaming service. The ones willing to take risks. And this is what I was saying, just that little flap of a wing at the top, seeing it's orange, so I know Charizard isn't shiny. I want to say Solar Opposites was picked up by Hulu later on, like maybe for the second series, because I think it already started on Comedy Central, which is probably why they mention it. That's a guess though. Don't hold me to it. Who was it? I'm connecting dots. Could be chatting on my ass, but I think Yahoo, their streaming thing, turned into Hulu, was it? Yahoo streaming a Hulu. Just put in the keywords and see if anything comes up. Does Yahoo own Hulu? Oh, no. Hulu's apparently owned majority by Walt Disney Company. Probably, yeah. Yeah, I was just thinking about it because, like, shows getting re-picked up after a while. Yahoo picked up Community back in the day so they could get to the 6th season. Yeah, probably. Just makes sense, like internal license wise, it's a lot easier. Yeah, Community still hasn't got to, like, I think it's 6 seasons in a movie. Still not got the movie, but they just about squeaked to 6 seasons. Which Community, if you haven't seen it, I'd be hesitant. Like, I really like it, but it is one of those I can see why people wouldn't like it. Oh my god, Ash Jeeves. I remember very vividly when that had just been like, I don't want to say released, but like coming into the mainstream a bit. And it was like a classroom assistant first using it when I was in like year 3. Potentially something like that. Actually, no, it would have been before then. Maybe like year 2. Yeah, that's why I say I'm hesitant, because I know a lot of people won't be into it. But yeah, it's just teacher didn't know something and she went, oh, just ask Jeeves. And then someone very excitedly went and jumped on a computer in the back corner of the classroom, typed stuff in. Probably felt like it was instant, but in hindsight probably took a while. And just gave her the answer to what she wanted. She probably kept on with the lesson for a bit and then got the answer. But this is like how vivid it is in my head. I also remember the fact that we were getting taught about email of all things, and what an email was and how this was going to like change the world. Because that's what no kid will get nowadays, is the weird like introduction to that stuff that we got as kids. No kid gets taught on specific lessons how to like copy and paste and all like right click functions. They're just like, oh yeah, how do I upload this video to YouTube? Like, oh, well, you need this kind of like video file format, and we were just like, control and what? V. Okay, that's how I paste. Yeah, kids now just know. Because they also do the method that the smarter of us when we were younger did, which is just play around with it. It used to be like only the nerdy kids knew about tech because they played with it and would mess with it and learn how it worked. Whether that was tech, like I opened this up because I had to change that rail out and take all the boards out, but I'm comfortable doing it. Which that's still kind of like niche, but messing around like that I love. There's a classic one of like kids calling a floppy disk a save icon and that kind of stuff. And God forbid you introduce a kid to a rotary phone. Like, they were on the edge of when I was young, so they have no idea. Kids don't know the classic like being able to confidently type under a desk while you were in lesson on your phone, because they just got big black slates now. They don't know like the hitting 5 twice to get a K or something, and remembering what letters were on each key and how many times you have to press them. So just in here you go, A, B, C, E, F, J. It kills me, but it's so interesting, because at the same time, as much as it's dumb text, oh, it was tough back in the day, but you could confidently with a physical keyboard, like the little 9, 10 key thing. Some of them had 12. If you remembered what letters were on each key, you could text and no one would know. I think, unless you're really confident with a touch keyboard, I think there's probably been a death to sneaky texting. Because you can get away when you're not. Let's just see if this Dragonite is he not going to show me the tut? The tuts is, the Charizard isn't. Tuts is? Nope. It's got a face full of Dragonite. Yeah, What was I saying? Oh, yeah, you're not getting away with a cage's come. Because you've got to check. You can't confidently type on a touch keyboard. You can know if you've hit a button because of haptic feedback. But God knows if you're right, and then even if you do get some stuff right, God knows if autocorrect wants to work with you. That just like depends on the day, what it feels like doing. I had a straggler. Wouldn't stay in. Have you ever, like, that's what everyone says. It is better, but even then you need to use it for so long before it starts to learn bits of like what you use, like the words and different stupid things you'll do that definitely aren't grammatically correct, but the how you text. My food is actually going to go. I'm just going to be quieter for a bit while I quieter. The true multitasking. Eating, catching Pokemon and talking. They're a lot harder to do both when something's going in and coming out of your mouth at the same time. Don't take that out of context. And there we go with the autocorrect. I know exactly what you mean. Might need that for Wednesday, to be fair. I'm probably going to be something easier to eat than a friggin' salad. Although if I still want to be healthy, probably still a salad. I don't know. Yeah, it's probably going to be get back from work. Maybe a little bit of a rest, but straight onto stream. That Charizard's tail wasn't shiny. Honestly, chicken salad, once you nail it down. It's just cut up the chicken as big as you want it, cut up a salad, throw it all in a bowl, you're done. Maybe throw some lemon, oil, salt on it. As long as you dress it, it's fine. Get the dressing right and just throw those two things in a bowl. Oh. Less easy, but if you prep it ahead of time, it's easier. Chicken and rice. Yeah, depends on how much you get done. Like, I'm assuming the Dex is going to be the bit that's going to take a while, which is why I might have to jump on after work. I'm assuming I'll actually get the story done relatively early-ish. I'm hoping no later than 4 in the morning, so I can at least get a couple hours sleep before work. Especially because Wednesday night I can catch up on a load of sleep because I got Thursday off, and I was working this out. I've got check-in for where I'm going. Maybe if I'm judging it off the DLC, like the Crown Tundra, which I think had the longest story. Judging by that, it was about like a 2-3 hour story. But yeah, Wednesday night I can have a bit of like a lie-in on Thursday morning because I got check-in at 3 p.m. for my friend's wedding and where I'm staying. So if I get everything prepped before, I can wake up at 10 and leave pretty much if I need to. Oh my god, I mean, I'd love it, but also I'd be a shell of a person. Thankfully, I did some like political texting, and I had one of my mates going, "Are you coming to the wedding? Like, or when are you going to be down?" I was like, okay, I need to be smart with this. It's like a 4 or 5 hour drive down to where I've got to stay, and I'm going to be down Thursday. I was like, oh, I'm coming down Friday morning, because I just don't want anyone to bother me. I just want to relax for a little bit when I land down there. Yeah. Oh, I'll seem like I'll have been on all day if you get on at the right times. Because it'll be like, I'll be on in the morning, you'll head to work or do work, whatever, finish work, and then I'll be straight on. They're like, oh, he's been on all day. Trying to work out the encounters in my head. I think I got the shiny. 233 combo. Just come back and you can make like 50 requests for songs and like add every restriction to the gender streams. Which I realised I'll have to veto some just for the sake of like, if they go outside the rules of what I've set out for the decks. So if someone's like, oh, you can't use Pokeballs, I'll be like, nah, veto. Oh yeah, it's been great. But saying that, I don't want to jinx it because this one might go over 999. But got 2 relatively fast. You are the one here the most who consistently gets them. Only second to Bud, but that's because Bud's kind of broken and doesn't get them all the time. I just realised one thing I can do before the DLC streams. I can give you the briefing on the team. Because I've got a whole team prepped. I've got all the recordings for the ends of the hunts for them, because the where I just like hold down the screenshot button to get the 30-second recording. So I can give you the whole like debrief on the team and why I went with certain ones. You might be able to guess why I went with like 3 of them, because it's so dumb and I thought it was dumb enough that I was like, that's solid for the video. Definitely the most used. He's just so good, he came out so well. I haven't mentioned this, I don't think. When I was doing the tags and like description and stuff for the alchemy video, I almost got spoiled from the friggin' Pokemon leaks. Because I was just looking through like other people's videos to try and be like, what have they done to optimize for this kind of like... So I think I was doing it around the DLC trailer for a good chunk of the SEO. So like, okay, what's popular relating to this tag, like Pokemon Scarlet Violet DLC? And the only one I managed to see before, I was like, I can't look too much into this. And feel free to close your ears for 5 seconds if you don't want to hear it. But it's friggin' Blood Moon Ursaluna. I saw that as one of the videos tags. I was like, I can't scroll too far down these, so there's only so much I can optimize the video without spoiling myself going into the DLC. And thankfully, that's the only thing I really know from it. Do you want to know, or is that just like a yeah, I would just pass it 30 hours. I was thinking it, but then I was also making a point. I was like, I will forget what I'm talking about. But yeah, Blood Moon Ursa Luna. Although it is making me think, because apparently there's a few forms. They may be the shiny team I go in with into the second DLC. Which, get ready for those streams, because it'll be, compared to this, like rapid fire shinies. Considering, to spoil a little bit of the camping video, there was a rapid fire 4 shiny moment. Like that's just, because the end of that whole video, I've done this more like a perspective on shiny hunting in general, just to take a spin. And also give a reason as to why I did like overtime when I got back to find one of the shinies. Obviously, I'm hoping it comes out really well because the script's seeming good so far. I just don't know how I'm going to piece it together. Because I haven't got half the footage I know I'm going to need. So a lot of it's going to be like, not visual gags, but quite literal B-roll. Like, oh, I go into this area to hunt this thing, so I've got to get specifically me going into the area and running into that Pokemon. Or maybe like a debate. Like running into a completely different Pokemon and then the white screen opens up. Kind of like, I think in the Alchemy video, if you... I need to do a director's commentary for one of these. It might be what I do before the DLC release, while I'm just waiting for it to load. But you'll notice, I think I run into a Rookidee or something. Just something very basic. And then it turns into a Galarian Weezing over the transition. That I've seen no one mention. Like, how because it was to throw everyone off. From being like, oh, okay, he's going into these. I was like, oh, he's ran into this, and then suddenly Weezing's on screen. And the fact that that Weezing fight is actually 2 different fights to make everything time up well. So many little things. I was so conscious of that. Like, I was going to do sort of a vloggy style, like, selfie record, like, this is me in the moment kind of thing. I was like, just too self-conscious of it. Honestly, there's tons. You'll be there for days. Especially the Living Dex one. Such a mess. But I'm also an editor by trade. So, they're hidden pretty well. Some of them I just try and hide less because I'm like, yeah, feck it. And some of them are the more obvious ones that I'm proud of, like the end of the Alchemy video. The fact that it's the Twitch channel with the Bulbasaur hunt on. That goes full screen and then pulls back out, and it's the VOD channel. Just kind of seamless, like you know where it is, but it's nice and smooth. You've just got to have apparently no shame and just be like, listen, I'm doing this and I don't care what you think, but it's not like I care what people think. I just don't want to interrupt them and their little world. Because that's what bothers me. Yeah, exactly. If you know what you're looking for, you can see it. It's like in those single shot films, I can tell where there's been some cuts just because I'm used to where they do it and how it's done. Yeah, the interrupting people in public not my thing, which is why half of the time was me trying to be like, what story am I trying to tell? And also, I can't do it the easy way, which is just like record myself moment to moment. So like, how do I also format this in a certain way? So there's certain shots I got in different ways deliberately just to try and like still show like the whole point of me going camping. Otherwise, it's a video that I could do in my bedroom. In my studio. I'm not a kid anymore. I have a whole room just for this shit. Yeah, it's a video that I could do purely from this room. So I needed to kind of tie it back in. So there's certain shots of like where I can match the screen to me holding the switch up to the camera and then pulling out and then pushing it back in, and hopefully those come out nice. To where it still shows like, listen, I'm still here. There was a point to me coming here. Because otherwise, I think it just ends up being an anecdote at the start of a video, and that's it. That is a little bit of why I included the jokes of like cooking myself a curry in that, because I had ingredients to cook other food with me. I didn't have to cook a curry. But I was like, I also have stuff to cook a curry just by chance, so I could tie that back in. And then there's a little bit of like, I was getting tired, the Switch was out of battery, so we both needed a recharge. Crap like that. And I showed the Switch being on charge, me cooking food. Although, because my camera battery died, or was dying pretty quickly, I don't actually have too much good footage. The footage from my phone, I didn't set up on. Hey, how's it going, Ruby? How's your weekend been? Yeah, footage from my phone didn't come out great, and I know it's because there's only one good lens on a Pixel, and that's the basic lens. That's nice and sharp. You're still winning on the McDonald's. Yeah. You got half a meal right there. And to be fair with what you got the other day, you just got a whole meal. But yeah, if you're looking at phones, Pixel's camera is really good. Pixel's camera is really good, but the only crisp one is the 1x lens. What? I was going to say that's such a shame. I'm trying to be healthy, but I'm also doing some traveling where that may be the only kind of healthy-ish food that I could get on the way down. Yeah, I'm thinking when I'm traveling on Thursday, if I don't prep anything to eat on the way, I might have to stop at a McDonald's and just pick something up. Although, actually no, I could still get fries in that. I was thinking trying to go like less gluten. I can get like salad in that, which I honestly, since I worked at McDonald's, the salads have gotten better. Because we have like Fat Fridays in work where we just pick somewhere and order in, it's paid for. And we went to McDonald's a couple times, and I've been picking the girl I work with brain because she's gluten free as well. True, although I could just get a whole apple for 2 apples probably for the same price. Yeah, I've been picking hair brain. Like, what can I get here? What can I get here? What should I look out for? And I think she's loving it as well because she has like a gluten-free blog. So she's just like regurgitating a load of the stuff she's written about. But I was like, what can I get that's decent and like hot? And she went, well, you can get veggie dippers. And I was like, yay. Like, I love a good salad, but anything that is specifically veggie just sounds depressing. I'm almost done with my food. Friggin' an hour in. be honest, even though I could get it for free, I never tried a McPlant while I was there. That may actually no. I think not veggie wise, gluten wise, I still don't think I could have that. Because the only reason I could have, very specific, they do this. The only reason I could have the veggie dippers is because they're done with rice flour instead of wheat flour for some reason. That's the annoying thing of like not trying to go veggie, but trying to go gluten free for McDonald's. And you can actually do it to where you can order a burger with no bun. But I've been the other side of that, and it's messy and annoying, and no one likes it. No one likes making it. You just got, if you get a double burger, because you should get a double burger if you get anything without a bun. You've got 2 greasy meat patties that you're holding on to. Or if you get a single, you've just got a load of sauces that your finger's going into, and you got to try and eat it like a taco. And the meat's so thin, it's going to snap. And you just don't do that. You have the option, but you just don't do it. And that's not the weirdest order I ever got in there either. Because I've had someone order a cheeseburger, no bun. Half the time I just assume it's people trying to mess with you. No, it's anything like basically grains, and they're all like wheat flour tortillas. You can get gluten-free wraps, but just not from McDonald's. It's just one of those things. One of the things I was really happy to find out. I was like, oh, now I won't feel bloated anymore. And I was like, oh, this is going to make finding food friggin' hell. But it's getting easier. It's kind of like how I described going on a... just working out and trying to get in shape and doing your diet through that. Once you learn the basic things and start to look out for them, it gets a lot easier. Because you know what to look out for, and you can assume a lot of things and don't even have to check them. Quite literally, because that is one of our options. We had the option between... what was it last Friday? I think it was the option between McDonald's and Greg's. Oh no, it was Subway and Greg's. And the girl across me just went, if you go on Greg's, I just physically can't get anything. Because they just don't get it. It's everything pastry and breaded. Where the sandwich shop has salads, it has gluten-free bread, which I just wasn't feeling bread that day. So I'm curious how it tastes. Because here's a hack for you, which I found out while I was camping. I was toasting some bread in a frying pan because I didn't have like an open flame. I had the stove, but you're going to get just very uneven charring. Yeah, and oh yeah, you can get the meatballs separately. I forgot about that. But yeah, anyway, frying off the bread to toast it in the dry pan. And when I bit the bread, I don't know what it is, whether they use more eggs or something, but the bread was just... it was almost like French toast. Like, obviously nowhere near as good, but it was almost there with the actual like texture and flavour. So I'm curious now to try a French toast recipe with gluten-free bread, or like specifically the one I got, because I've still got some downstairs. I'm not a very bread person, so actually not having bread doesn't bother me. So I don't use it all that much. The extra like bit of the loaf that I didn't take with me camping is in the freezer. Which is just, it's a hack for stuff that you don't use all that often. Also, if you're living on your own. Yeah, that's the girl I work with. She loves bread. And to be fair, even I had the same thought, like not being a bread lover. I still walked into work and went, oh, that toast smells so good. But then that comes back to what we talked about the other day, like that was just like memories flooding back from like getting buttery toast in primary school when you went in for like breakfast club or something. Your mum and dad had to get to work and you didn't realise that's why you were going in early. They just drop you off early so they could get to work on time and leave you like 20-50p so you could get yourself a round of toast. Which I still don't get why 2 slices of bread is called a round. One, because bread is never really round, it's usually in a square tin. Plus, specifically 2 bits of bread. Like, a round of drinks is for everyone. Why is 2 slices of bread called a round? Because if I wanted 4 pieces, I'd ask for 2 rounds of bread. And I'm second guessing whether it was actually 2 or just like 1 slice. Yeah, those things in hindsight, they're like, oh yeah, parents had to do the things patterns did for us. Constantly pending. But it's all that stuff that you only realise in hindsight. But still made for like good memories. Yeah, have you never asked for a round of toast? I feel like that was a very common thing. Whether it's just a northern thing, maybe? Oh, yeah. Truer words have never been spoken. It's almost a daily occurrence. Working with a Bulgarian girl and she goes, what's a word for this? And I go, we don't really have a word for it. Like, this is your closest. Yeah, okay. It could be either a very specific region thing or just a Scouse thing. Be a daily occurrence when I'm explaining something going, yeah, the English language is fucked, so we can't properly explain that unless you do it in this very, very specific way. Like, we have to use 5 words for that thing that you have 1 word for. Where's it? Oh, there's an intro. This bowl seems to go on forever. What was on the other day? She brought it up and I was like, there should be a word for that. But no, the bowl's pretty much empty, there's just a little bit left. Oh yeah. Jesus Christ. You definitely don't hear it getting called that anymore. I'm deliberately not saying it because it's such a horrible word. Like, even if you use it in the right way, it's just not right. Even if you're talking about like a cigarette, it still feels wrong. I feel like something's just hit home for you, Ray. Wait. Okay. Cigarettes. Some people call them fags. The dish. Yeah. To each their own. It's got such a... Even if you try and say it's soft, it feels like it's got a venom to it. You can't try and even say it in a nice way. Yeah, there we go. I'm just like, if there's an alternate thing to call it, I'd just rather call it that. Just get used to it. Make that feel normal. Yeah, there we go. Just in case you really didn't get it. I think the only time I actually use it, because like I said, the dish doesn't come up a lot. Yeah, sadly it is. Yeah, this doesn't come up a lot in my life, so I don't use the word. But if I'm singing along to songs, and sometimes they've got it in, like famously American Idiot, in the middle of it, it just goes, maybe I'm the faggot America. I just kind of like slay that as much as I can. Just different go-to dishes, I guess. Like obviously, you come up my end, and the signature dish is scouse, which is just obviously stew and gravy. I've actually forgot specifically what like faggots is. Let's have a look. Because I don't want to be like misremembering it. It's also going to go on my search history now, so that's fun. I'm actually not a fan of it. Most things stewed, don't really care for. Are you thinking, like, is this for scouse or faggot? Because the meatballs made from minced cut-offs of offal mixed with herbs and sometimes breadcrumbs. Just meatballs, but I think they are in some kind of like skin. So it's like a sausage skin type thing. Yeah, I knew haggis was specifically in like a sheep's stomach lining. Okay, I'm just gonna... Yeah, we were all thinking the same thing. Now we're all on the same page. And I'll get to drink the last of it. It's finally done. I didn't spill anything on my nice white top. I don't know how paranoid I was of getting something on it. No worries, have fun with it. Some guts. I feel like it just needs to have like a real heavy spin. Yeah, just as like I tipped it, it all just went perfectly over the back and just turned around now and like, oh no. It'd be even worse because it would add like curry powder in the sauce. It'd just be a big yellow stain down the back. Which I was thinking I should have spiced it up really. Bit too mild. Considering I used mild curry powder. Because I love a little bit of spice. Not a huge fan of it. But every now and again, I like a little bit of a kick to where I know it's there. Well, I guess to describe it perfectly, I like my spice like I like my alcohol. I don't want it to like... I don't want to know unequivocally without a doubt that it is there. I just want to be like, oh, like a nice surprise, like a little kick. Oh, that's got a little bit of spice. And take a sip of a drink like, that's definitely not juice. But a couple of drinks in and you get used to it, it could be. WKD is dangerous. One, for the sheer amount of sugar in it and the fact that it just doesn't taste like alcohol. That's why I love cocktails, but they need to be stronger. So I know there's alcohol in it and I don't just down it and then there's like 2 shots gone. So I'll usually stick to the basic stuff. Unless it is one of those nights. Same here. But when I do, I can drink pretty heavily. Like, I don't binge, really. It's only like if I know the group or a group of drinkers, then I'll join in. Which is why when I'm going down to like see my friends this week, I'm deliberately telling them I'm there a day later. That's an achievement, to be fair. And the goal is to never get drunk, just get very tipsy. Just always know where that line is. But yeah, going down to see my friends. And I told them a day later just because I know as soon as I get down there, we're going to be back in it like we were in uni and drinking just as heavily, because that's what happened last time. So you gotta try. I'm not encouraging alcoholism. I just think everyone needs to know how it feels to be tipsy. So you either know that's your danger mark, or you always head for it and try and stay there. They're the two best ways. Because I never understand people who go on nights out and just think, oh, I'm gonna get smashed tonight. And they want to be like legless, barely able to get home. I don't understand that, because that just doesn't seem fun to me. Like, what's fun is being in that, like, for me personally, that right level of mindset. Cheers, will do. Oh yeah, my glass is empty. See, I never at home drink, so I get that. Like, my shelves are still stacked from my housewarming. Because people got me, like, stuff I don't drink normally. So, like, I got, like, red wine and stuff, not super into. I need to check if someone got me, like, a Baileys or something. Because that'll probably be off by now. But then people got me stuff I do drink, like rum and whiskey and things like that. It's like Malibus and some nice gins. But I just don't drink in the house. Also, because I'm the only one here most of the time. Sometimes people pop around, but then it's usually like mum and dad will pop around for a chat. That's not really a drinking occasion, let's be honest. They're usually around like dinner time-ish, and that's not drink o'clock. Or my brother and his brother-in-law around, and his brother-in-law. That's another one. My brother and my sister's husband too. No, that doesn't work. Well, it does. Just, it would be kind of weird. My brother and his husband are here, and we'll have like a couple drinks, but we'll never super heavily drink. Like, we'll be having like a games night, and the most we'll have is maybe like 3-4 drinks over the course of probably like 5-6 hours. And I'll be doing my measures, because I do like the taste of certain alcohols. So certain drinks I will mix strictly to a double, because that's how I like them. Like, if I have whiskey, I will be on strict measures because it has a bit more of a bite, so I can't be as loose with it. But I like the taste of like spiced rum a lot more, so I'll do loose measures and be like 1, 2, 3. Like, I know my count because that was one. We had like a cocktail mixing class in uni, so I know my count is like 1, 2, 3, 4. Bubble 1, 2, 3, 4, and like stuff like that, to get like your single and your double measures if you've got the pipe pourer things, which is obviously something I got through uni that have somehow stayed with me. So I have them for my bottles whenever I'm mixing. But it gets looser if I ever have like rum or anything, to where I've got to ask people like, do you want a double, or do you want a normal double or my double? And depending on who it is, they're very strict with it. Like, yep, just very strict double, please. Just exactly 50 milliliters. And some people are like, yeah, go on, I'll have your mix. Because a mix is strong. Like, how I found is Greek strong. Because the only place I get mixed drinks to a strength that I really like is whenever I've went over to Cyprus. Like, I've been to Spain, and I've definitely been places out Spain, Portugal, Sweden, Denmark. I've been a load of places. I'm like slowly piecing together where I've been. I do forget a lot of the places I've been. But yeah, none of them. Oh, I mean, I guess still in Denmark. I've been to Amsterdam, and even they didn't mix drinks as strong as I like them. But yeah, Cyprus, the only place that mixes the drinks I like to be mixed strong as I want them. Because it's loose measures over there. It's also dirt cheap over there for alcohol for some reason. But again, that's only when I go out. I was trying to work it out. Like, I'm trying to weirdly psychoanalyze myself as to why I don't really drink outside of that. And I guess part of it is the fact that I don't want to get used to alcohol. Because I definitely did do uni and had to drink more to get more drunk. Or like find that tipsy point. And when you start to drink more and get a tolerance for it, it's easy to overshoot that tipsy mark. So I think just like when lockdown hit and everyone was just kind of stuck in, and I'm just naturally not a drinker in the house, and I lost any tolerance I had. Like, still got a decent tolerance, but nowhere near a student tolerance, as I call it. I just didn't try and get it back. Because it saves me money on getting tipsy. But also, you taste the alcohol a lot more as well. And soft drinks taste better. Because have you ever had it on, like, say, a night out where you've had maybe you're on like vodka and cokes, or like gin and lemonade, just whatever mixer it was with an alcohol, but then the next day you went to have a glass of whatever you had mixed with it, and just thought, I can still taste, like, say like a JD and Coke. The next day you having like just a normal glass of Coke, be like, this still tastes like JD and Coke. Because you just had so much of it the night before. That's how I knew I overdid it. Sure sign every time. Like I was saying, especially after a certain point, I got a tolerance. So maybe when I should have been hungover, my body was just kind of... It was used to it. Probably still freaking out, but it was used to it. But if I could taste the alcohol the next day, I knew that's where my original tolerance was. And I should probably have chilled on it. But as with every situation, hindsight's 2020. And I am down to 10 Pokeballs. I rarely went through that many. Just looking, I was like, well, what's been sent in Discord? Just me going live twice. Because I had issues at the start. I've just got to remember to turn my computer... Is that going to be in the arena? No. I need to remember to just turn my computer off more. Because the amount of times I'll just leave it on overnight. For the sake of, oh yeah, I'll get back to doing something, and then as soon as my head's hit the pillow, I'm out. So it's been on all night. But then when I think about coming back in the room, forgetting that I've left it on all night, I'll then get straight on to doing stuff. So my computer has like no time to empty its memory, or like for the transistors to clear and stuff to sort itself out, for it to go through boot up and clean up and stuff. Which, to be fair, I do that with my work laptops a lot. And I say I just wasted a Pokeball when I haven't got many left. I say work laptops because I was meant to be getting my laptop back last week. Still not back. Hopefully I get it this week, but I'm not in my office tomorrow. And I don't know about the rest of the week. I may only be in my office one day. Because other than they spawned in. It's fine. I'm going to go get Pokeballs. Yeah. May only be in my office one day to pick my laptop up and free up my own laptop that I've been using for the last 2-3 weeks. Which, thinking about it, when I go down to my friend's wedding, I might take my laptop with me. I know I probably won't get any work done because my laptop's just too big and cumbersome. Like, it is not a super old gaming laptop, but old enough that it's a chunker. There's a bit of weight to it. It's not the thinnest, which is why I always get tempted by MacBooks. I have to tell myself so often, it's like, yes, it would help you do so much and it would be so much nicer to work on. Do I get rid of all of it? Nah, leave it. Nah. Yeah, I just think I'd enjoy working on a MacBook so much more because it's lighter. I could take it places, open it, and I wouldn't have to be conscious that the fans are going to kick off and make noise, or it's gonna get hot while it's on my lap. Well, they still do, but they're a bit more efficient, and also it'd be easier to fit it in the bag because what people don't tell you, yes, it is nice to have a big 17-inch screen on a laptop. You can't find a laptop case for it, and it won't fit in most bags. So I think my old uni bag, after 3 years, having to like squeeze it round the corners, I think it actually started to form holes in the corners and like split the fabric. So just word of advice, 16-inch laptop at the most, because you can still at least put that in a laptop case and not have to squeeze it in the bag. Or most bags will be able to fit a 16-inch laptop. Imagine if that Charizard was a shiny then. Hey, and 2 more Nidoran. Oh, that's going to be the nice thing. Actually, I might go for a 4th Charmander just so I can have a shiny Charizard to ride. That just seems so right. Because 3 of the Charmander are going to be for the decks. Because it's going to be Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, because you can't give them items in home. Not that I found, like, it's really in between. And I think if you're especially trying to keep it to a budget, it's not great. Because people know if you go for a bigger laptop, you're probably it's like stopping off at the services on a motorway. You're going to get charged so much more for food, drink and petrol. Because they've kind of got you by the balls. They know you have to go somewhere miles away, or in terms of a laptop case, you're not really going to find many others. But also, if you just go for one that a lot of people use, like a MacBook, oh, don't run into that by everyone, then there are tons of case options. And like I say, if you go smaller, you can just fit it in most bags. Because most bags, this is my main point, because I just like having a laptop in a bag and being able to pull it out, work on it, and then slot it back in. I think it kind of defeats the point if you have a case for it, unless you're really bothered to getting scratched and your bag doesn't have a laptop pocket. But most bags will easily fit a 16-inch. And also, if you ever have the chance, do yourself a favour if you plan on doing any laptop work. Get a nice bag to travel around. Don't just get any like generic bag from like Sports Direct, JD, wherever. and pick up like just one of the basic ones that only have like a thin back pocket and just a big open compartment. Get a nice bag that has a clear like laptop compartment in different compartments, because a good bag does so much for your life, because it just feels so much more organized when you put stuff in. So I definitely need to swap my work bag at the minute, because I used to have a nice work bag, but then it was one that work gave me, so when I left they're like, can we have the bag back as well? I was like, okay. It was a big bag, but it had nice separation bits. And now I've just got like a basic ass, I think it's actually like an Adidas one. Like, it's got a leather bottom, so it won't easily get like scuffed or wet, but it's just not organized. All my crap's in the front pocket, like all the small bits. It's got two little pockets, one that I use for the mouse. And everything else is just open and free in the main pocket, just all rubbing up on each other like it's a friggin' horny teenage disco type thing. Just, yeah, no. Not good at a prom, not good in your bag. If you need to spend a little more on a bag, if you can afford it, do it. Which is honestly just a good rule for life in general. If you can afford to spend a little bit more on something, and you can at least see the worth, because sometimes you can spend a little bit more and not have any benefit. Someone just charge you more for the same thing. But if you can see a tangible difference, or there's something like that you can see that's like, that would be way better, or like, oh, this little thing I'd get so much use out of, spend a little bit more. Go just higher than the very baseline. I'm trying to think what that applies to in my life, because I know there's a fair few things. A better idea? That backpack seems seems very comfy, but so bad. Like it'd be a very, I don't know if I'm stereotyping, but Asian backpack. Just because you see a lot of those types of backpacks that are just very tiny and can't hold anything. That are basically a purse for your back. Which, purse is being a guy. Not really. You don't always have a backpack on you. You've got bigger pockets, which is your benefit, but you never really have like a bag with you most of the time. Did they actually make one? I thought you were joking, although to be fair, it does seem like something they do. Penny EV backpack. Because I've got a friend who likes to pick up stuff like that. Stuff like, oh, so they did. Oh, there's one on AliExpress. To be fair, that doesn't seem tiny. The straps just seem very annoying. Although I guess she never wears it right either. The amount of times I'd have to ask people when I was like filming bits, because they'd have like the little lavalier mic, the one that sticks around your collar. Well, not I'd feed the mic. I'd tell them to like feed the wire down the top. And then the next question was always if it was a girl, woman, however they wanted to identify, didn't care. If they presented female, I'd always ask them, do you have pockets? Because the amount of times that they'd be wearing tights that didn't have pockets in them, or they'd be wearing dresses, and I'd just have to be like, I'm so sorry, but you'll just have to deal with holding it for now. And they'd be holding it. It'd only be for like 10-15 minutes, but it'd be like, it's an extra layer to someone feeling comfortable in front of a camera. Like, they're consciously holding a thing that is recording everything that they're saying. which is why I'd like to just have it in the pocket, out of sight, out of mind. And sometimes they try and walk off with my phone, but at least I know they weren't thinking about being recorded if they did. So like lesser of two evils. But pockets are such a thing that I take for granted now. Like, I have specific things that go in specific pockets, but I never just take in the fact that, oh, what if I just didn't have any of this and I'd have to find somewhere to put my wallet, my phone, my keys, and whatever other random thing that I'm bringing around with me. Like, when I was doing the Pokeball Plus stuff, trying to get steps in, I'd always have that on me, and that would take up like the 4th pocket. And I'd have the little pocket inside the main pocket that I'd have like guitar picks or some change in. Or just some random little gubbins that I was like, I either can't throw this in the bin right now, or I need to keep track of this because it's a screw or something. Like, people say something's the best thing since sliced bread. Maybe it's just me not being a bread person, but the best thing since pockets. Because pockets is clearly the best invention mankind has ever had. It's that perfect little bag that you always have on you that makes things easy to carry and isn't cumbersome. Where if you have like, you can look at stuff and say, oh, but a backpack's way bigger, or like a sack's way bigger than that and you can carry so much more. But they're cumbersome. Pockets, perfect. Guys' pockets, perfect size. I also know women's pockets can barely fit the phone in, and I think that's a crime. The fact that the pockets don't go down far enough to fit a phone in. And I get that phones are getting bigger, but that should be the minimum size for a pocket. At this point anyway. I remember having a pair of pants that could fit this in. There's a whole ass switch in my pocket. Great. Perfect. I don't know why pockets shrink other than trying to save pennies on material. And it's not a fashion thing because they don't make the pants look any different, especially when they're thicker pants like jeans. And sometimes people want to show off the pockets because I learned that. I still don't understand them. But like, I think it was a trend a while ago of people wearing I say people just because I'm not going to assume, but generally it was girls wearing shorts with the pockets showing out from underneath. Didn't understand that, so you just normal shorts and then a white square or something popping out. Never understood that, but that is true. Maybe you just don't need the bigger pockets because you've got a purse with you, but then you've also always got to have a purse with you. And at the same time, would it not just be handbag? Love it. I know what you mean. It'd just be an overall benefit though, don't you think? If, yes, you did have like a handbag and a purse around with you, but also massive friggin' pockets. You literally have the best of both worlds. You'd just be like a D&D party's bag of holding. Which I guess some people don't want that because I know definitely sister, friends, mom, whoever. Yeah, that's why they're small, but would you not just want both? Like, the only reason you would want both is, like I was about to say, oh, true. My sister and friends and mum and all that. If someone's got a bag, they end up getting lumped with the extra stuff, so I guess if you can hold less, you get lumped with less. And that is one thing I will say. Downside to pockets is when they get, or when you try and overfill them. Because you can never really overfill them. But when you try, they do get uncomfortable. And only specific things can go in your back pockets. Like, I do it, but I still think it's a sin to put any form of keys in your back pocket. Because as soon as you sit down, your ass is going to be numb in like 2 minutes. Because you got something constantly jabbing your butt cheek. But I do it all the time. Like, it's like that right now, but that cheek is also raised because I got my legs up. And if I'm in work, car keys are coming straight out and they're on the desk. And apparently I have way more pocket opinions than I thought I did. Which happens with a lot of things. Yeah, it's probably because, at least for me growing up, and I'm assuming you're not too far off, everything I was shown in pickpockets was always being taken out the back pocket. And also, I've, all my life, put stuff in my back pocket, which has been my keys. And there's been more than once where they've made a hole in them because I forgot to take them out, or just like, just to overshare slightly, I have a padded buttock. That is true. You had years of getting used to the niceties of pockets. Although, then again, at this point, what's the difference between women's and guys' pants? Considering I just bought a pair of, like, I think there was skinny and spray-on jeans, because those types of jeans just change names all the time. I've seen skinny, super skinny, spray-on, skinny stretch, all these different types of names. But guys' pants can be so tight now, like, and that's if you want tight pants. If not, you can just literally get any pair of pants. That they can pass for girls' jeans, but you still have guys' pockets in them. I am weirdly proud of it because it's been called a shelf before. And now that I've been going to the gym, it's just getting more toned. Hey, how's it going, Majora? You're catching just about like the endish of the stream. But going for it, still going for a good like 10 minutes-ish, and hopefully you'll see the shiny. Yeah, family have called my butt a shelf. And I took that with pride. Yeah, doing good. Had a pretty productive day. Been in the gym, done some shopping, got clothes for a wedding I'm going to. Got voiceover recorded for a video yesterday. All good. Productive. If not, sweating my balls off because it's been so warm and I'm just not ready for it. Flat as a stunfisk. I can appreciate the theming. Yeah, I used to have a party trick where I could give people... Oh, what is it? What's it called?
Let me waste my Pokeballs before streams ends. Let me test this thing. Ha 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 ha.
I'm so happy it works. I think I need to change how it looks a little, but at least it works. Because that was a... Oh, yous might not have... Well, majority you went, but you just spotted it because you apparently love that section of chat. But the idea I had, or not that I had, that I robbed from you, Ruby, for the restrictions as the stream goes, and just adding some and then taking like the last one off and just cycling them through. I've got the TTS to work with a specific redemption, and the TTS just happened to be like, I'll lower it just to say something on stream. And there's the add a restriction one that currently isn't active, that I'll turn active.
Follow Ruby at.
Yeah, no, I have links turned off if you're trying to do that. What was I going to say? Yeah, I have a specific redemption. I think it's for like 5,000 points to add a restriction to the challenge. That'll come up the same. It'll just say like, new restriction added. Yeah, you might want to save them, because I think after I'm done with the Nidoran, I'm going to be finishing off the run for the solo shiny. which is going to be solo shiny right up till the end when I know I'm going to have to catch an Eternatus. That is true. Wait, was that? I mean, I can refund that. I didn't realize that was a TTS thing. I think because it was a... What am I thinking? Manager quest. I can refund you those. Because it was... Part of it was blocked. I think it just didn't come up. 2 messages. That's complete. And if I reject that one, you should get your points back. And also click back into my frame rate. I've also got it set up so, like, the channel points one will pop up just as the chat. Like, it'll look your name and then what you said. But then there's one for, like, if you cheer and stuff, just because if people want to throw money at me, I kind of want them to get a little bit of a benefit, I guess. It comes up with, like, username cheered so many bits, and then the message that they put in. Because I do feel bad if people just like throwing money at a screen. So anyway, I can kind of try and give back. I'll try. I'll try and work out a way. And like I say, I'm always open to suggestions for stuff like that. As long as it doesn't really cost me. Like the only thing I'm willing to put in cost-wise has been the server. But even then, I'm putting that off for like a month or so because I know how to do it. I just have a lot of big payments coming out. And a lot of things I'm going to be doing over the next couple months. So I'm trying to be good with money. Trying to save bits. Because I did just spend like over £100 for an outfit for a wedding. Which, in the grand scheme of things, isn't a lot. But also when you're trying to save money, 100 quid could go to better things. And it was over 100 quid. I don't actually know what it is altogether. And then I've got like car insurance coming out. I always have bills and stuff. So I'm trying to be good with money. I'm thinking potentially around November-ish. So give it a month of being good. I might try and get the server up and going. Like the sub server. Because I feel like if people throw money, they should be able to play with... It's gonna sound very vain, but be able to play with me maybe off stream when I'm doing bits, when I don't have to be like as active, talking and chatting and whatever, but still just there. We're playing in the same world sort of thing. And it's just like a bit of a community vibe, hopefully. Because the Discord server is kind of, it's for everyone to get involved with. But then, because I'd be paying for it myself, it'd have to be a sub thing. If I could find a way to make it free, I'd be more than willing to just do it as like, hey, as long as you're following, you can jump in. But it would have to cost me because the only way to make it free would be to host it myself and just load all the plugins and have like a laptop or something constantly running the server. But then it would also be adding to my electric bill, so that's why it's free. Where I could just pay like £5 a month to some server hosting company while community is relatively small. Say community, all 5-6 of us plus people over on YouTube, because the audience doesn't translate directly. The 63 followers does not equate to the... I've actually had a look in a bit. Doesn't equate to the 847 subscribers. And we're about to... Yep, just tipped over 31 hours. So hopefully I can get it working by November. And I may even... Because the way I've managed to work it, I might be able to add some exceptions. Like some people who are constantly like in the channel, like you, Majora and Ruby. Like if you're constantly in there, I could make exceptions because the whitelist overrides a plugin I was looking at that tests if someone's subscribed on Twitch. So if people like particularly more active in like the streams and everything, and just like in the Discord and whatever, add them to an exception list if they're not subscribed, and then you could jump on the server as well. That's if Minecraft is your thing. No worries. Hope you have a good time over there. I'm almost finished myself, so you picked a good time to go. Yeah. Oh. And I found a way to do the crossplay. Hopefully. I just have to set up the right type of server. But there's the two plugins that work nicely with the Discord SRV plugin. Works nicely with Floodgate and Geyser, I think are the two plugins. Oh, will do. I'll have to just pop in while I'm... Actually, ooh. I may not be there, but I'll try and raid. If I remember. Yeah, have fun over there. I should probably go for a second and grab a glass of water. Coming up to 2 hours. I said I was going to go till about 7ish. I might pop around earlier. Yeah, I might go till about like 6:30ish. Yeah. So I'm working stuff out of my head, but thinking out loud because I'm streaming, and apparently that's my default, is think out loud once the camera's on. I like how old habits just die hard. I still have to do the static emotes for Discord, for the animated ones, which some of them just won't work. Like the coffee one will work pretty nicely, but the Kecleon one will just be a green Kecleon. And what's the third one? The shiny can work, I guess. I need to remember to do those probably tonight, or I might end up getting to them tomorrow because by the time I get back it'll be pretty late. I don't know how long the film is, but I'm assuming around like an hour and a half, 2 hours. I'm going at 7:20. No, but I can easily take a frame from the Kecleon animation. And then I just gotta, for Discord, make the different sizes. Oh, it's fine. The actual GIF was like small enough to be in there. No, the GIF's fine. The animation's there. I just can't use it because it's Nitro. And I don't spell it. I don't. It threw me way off. It's alright, we all have those moments. I had a vocal one. Yeah, the GIF's fine. I just don't pay for Nitro, so I can't use it. But if I just take a single frame from it and make that the static one, so people who don't pay for Nitro can still use emotes, but people who do can use the animated versions. Because I've still also got tons of slots on the server, and also I'm past 2 hours. There's a nid around there, so I'm gonna very quickly throw that on and pause the timer, and I'm gonna grab a drink. So I'll be back in a sec. Go hydrate yourself as well. There's also an ad starting soon, so I guess good time. Oh my god, this room is hot. I need to open a window. I also, looking into my garden, need to water the plants. There's an ad going, so I'm just gonna try and wait a minute. Is that quieter? I'm sure I didn't dip the volume. Let's get rid of this. I'm so happy I can hear the transitions now. Because for some reason I couldn't before. Anyway, let's crack on with encounters. I've got what, maybe like 15 minutes? What? I mean, I'm saying this ad is still going. I'm gonna have to wait a minute. Or 30 seconds. Is it set to a minute 30 ad? Or just a minute? So I prefer it if it was just a minute. But I wasn't here when the ad started. It just said starting soon when I stood up. Yeah. That's why at least it tells me. Yeah, it should be fine now. It tells me when I have to go, and so I'm conscious to not be talking too much through that. Like I say, the best of a bad situation for discoverability. But I forgot what I was talking about. Something, I'm so hot right now. But not in a good way. And I'm gonna have to get changed before before I leave, kind of way. Only just. I guess people get ads at different times, because I have when it tells me ads are going, although I guess it also accounts for delay. I don't know. The ads are a weird side of it. I could just turn them off altogether, but I also... It doesn't earn me anything, but I'd rather if Twitch does kick off for people to be used to there being ads on the stuff anyway. And also the fact that people can just go back and watch the VODs with no ads. Because the VOD channel is, I think, only on like 22 subscribers, so that's nowhere near being part of like the AdSense part of the program. I also need the timer. It's nowhere near being part of AdSense, so there'd be no ads on it. So I guess the ad-free options are the VODs or subscribing. That is also... Oh, I thought that neither on female was purple for a second. Yeah, that's also one of the other ways. I mean, I guess it's kind of taking stuff away for no reason, but it is also a benefit. Like, you subscribe, no ads. Although it does feel kind of sleazy. But like I say, I'd like to make this feasible in the long run. And although the ads are making nothing off right now, I'd like people to still kind of be used to them, and also it gives me time to mess with it and for people to give me kind of direct feedback on like, this feels terrible, or yeah, it's fine, once every half an hour for a minute is okay. But feel free to ever tell me if they go overboard, because I've got them on auto right now, which I feel like sites like Twitch and YouTube are always trying to like push that line of how many ads people will watch before they start clicking off stuff. Which is why I do want you to kind of pop up if it ever gets ridiculous. Like, if it's ever ridiculous as YouTube testing its stuff was, I think maybe a few months ago, maybe almost a year ago now, when they were giving people like 12 pre-roll ads because something just broke. Right now, is that half an hour? I think it is. I think it's 15 and 45. Yeah. Cause that's what I do with people on Twitch. I don't mind watching an ad to see the stuff. Because I'm also not going to usually give like everyone I watch on Twitch £5 a month. I've got money, but I haven't got that money. I like to buy other things with those £5. Even if it's just a coffee here and there, or go out to eat every once in a while. Pay for my gym membership, probably, is the more important one. Hey, 420. We hit the funny number. I can spend those 6 Twitch subscriptions on a gym membership and actually be healthier than sitting here watching people on Twitch for hours on end just because I'm paying to be subscribed to them. I'd rather feel a guilt for not going for... yeah, I did mean to say that. A guilt for not going to the gym than a guilt for not watching something on Twitch. That pasta emote's back. It's such an odd one, but like to me for a second, like in the small little preview I've got down there, because that's where I read most of the chat. So if you ever do like a highlighted message, honestly I'd say it's kind of pointless. Because I don't read the chat that's on this screen over here. I always read the one that's down. I just point over there, because that is off screen. I always read the one that comes up on the stream. Yeah, on that little message, it looked like a sack. And I just thought you'd found a workaround to the XP sack emote. And he did not have green toes. Nobody knows. Such an obscure reference that I only know as a reference through friends. It's apparently from Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, and I just did a randomly good impression of it without ever seeing it. Yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the chat below me. I think it was Ray that told me to add it. Possibly the best thing that anyone's told me to add to stream so far. Because, one, that is the chat I read now, and it just means I don't have to constantly look off stream. And two, it gives a bit of context in the VODs and when I put stuff in videos and all that kind of thing. Just a nice little bit of interaction with the stream. And now with the bits like TTS in there, you can just interact with the stream a bit more. And the fact that I've got it for cheers and for channel points, you don't have to actually spend money. Because that's one way I always want to try and keep it, is that you don't really need to spend money to interact with the stream. The only difference is, I think it's 100 bits for a TTS as opposed to 1,000 channel points, which I think is pretty much one stream of channel points. If so, the way Ray was saying anyway, I think he roughly gets about 1,000 a stream, so 1,000 every like 2 hours or so. Which I'm happy to mess with those numbers. If I feel like I want more TTS on the stream, I'll lower it. If it gets a bit out of hand, I'll hire it. Because I can't smart cost that the way I can with the other ones. Like the highlights and the messing with the emotes and like adding emotes and that. Because it doesn't know what a TTS is. It just knows like, I've told it this, and things will go through as that channel point redemption, I guess. Oh, I'm definitely losing a bit. I think I'm going to go for 450 and leave the stream off. But yeah, Twitch actually has no idea what a TTS is, which is, I find funny. I think for the added reward, the nice thing with Twitch doing the back end, because if you weren't here for it, I moved stuff over from Stream Elements to Twitch. With them doing the back end, I can do more stuff outside the stream as well. So I think for the viewer restriction stream, I've got it so if someone adds a new restriction, it does like effects over the chat box as well. Which, just for you to be aware, they are 5,000 channel points per restriction. Just so it doesn't go overboard. And again, that can go higher, that can go lower. It just depends on how much it's used. Because a lot of it was me just guessing. And also, I'm basing it off people like Bud and... I've literally just said Bud and Ray. Having like over 10,000 points. I don't know how many rubies got at this point, but I'm assuming some. We're at 27 minutes past. So see what number I'm at a half past. Gotta try and save them. Unless you really want to spend it on a TTS to go there. It's a lesson for life. You need to get used to saving bits. Or not bits, because bits are a thing on Twitch. You need to get used to saving up those Pokeballs. Those bubbles as they used to be. Now they're that thing. That thing. I'm starting to lose my voice a bit. Been talking for too long. Yeah, what I was gonna say, because I know it's the fact that you say wasting them as well. There's like, you consciously know. That's what I find funny about it. Like, I'm just gonna waste them on like highlight and stuff. Which, to be fair, I had nothing worth spending them on until I actually messed with it this weekend. And now that I know how many other things I can do with them, I was getting ideas, and I might, like, if I have a play round, I might add other stuff, so it might be worth saving them. I just wish I could do like the permanently unlocking emote, but unfortunately I can't. It's just not on Twitch's back end to let me do that. Because I'd love to let people do that. It just means, like I say, I always want a free method to be able to do stuff that you can also pay for. So if instead of subbing to get the emotes, you could also just follow. No, you could also just buy the emotes slower, but with channel points. I know it's kind of pay to win, but I am so happy I waited for the extra encounters. It is almost half past. It's right before I was about to hop off. Let's freaking go. The question is, one, that's not a bad name actually. And Ray's back just in time. I want to go. Oh, wait, no, because I want to keep it with a theme. We've got sock. We've got mitten. We could still keep it kind of fashion adjacent, but still keep it within the theme of waste and stuff. So, do we call it bag? Sock, mitten, and bag, maybe? Also, before I check it, nature guesses as well. So I'm gonna mark it. I'm gonna go with relaxed. Ooh, we've got mild. So mild, relaxed. Ray, you gonna throw a guess in? Gonna give you a little countdown. I'm gonna go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the answer is jolly. Again, don't know if that's good. Oh, apparently it's large as well. But I'm thinking, because okay, name-wise, I wanted to go with bag because one, it's still kind of fashion and clothing, but also bin bag, waist. So sock, mitten and bag. Are you thinking, yeah? Bag the shiny Nidoran. Okay, cool, yeah. And that is how many I've run into in the meantime, but there's also the others. So, there's Mitten. There's there's Pupa, who I forgot we phased on. And there's Sock. And I guess... Oh, that's sweet. I mean, you've only missed it by maybe a minute, but we just found Bag, the shiny Nidoran. Which I'm thinking I've still got some time before I go see the film. So I might go and evolve them now. Because it shouldn't take all that long. See, I was thinking thigh high. But then we started talking about wasting points and just waste in general. And the closest I could think to still being some kind of clothing while being to do with waste was like a bin bag. But it'll be thigh high in spirit. We'll know it. It'll be a stream thing. When the video comes out, you can drop it in the comments to be like, its name is actually thigh high. And Snorlax straight away. Okay, I was gonna say I'm waiting for him to move. I do need to sort the team out. Open boxes. Femboy Nidoking. I mean, he was almost gonna be Sock King. Jolette or Joel? Joel's a higher level. That is literally the only reason I'm going to evolve Joel over Jolette. Sock, Mitten, and Bag. So Bag's 24. I think Mitten's 24. Sock's 24. Although we did always say Sock was going to be like the Sock Prince or Sock King. So they're going to do Sock and Mitten. They're going to be the ones that evolve. And is that it? Is it only those three? I guess, because yeah, Dugtrio, Nidoran, Nidoking. Do I have a Moonstone? Is another question. That's a PP up behind the camera. I don't have a Moonstone, so I'm going to quickly... Also because Snorlax just won't move out the way. I'm going to go get a Moonstone from Viridian. And I was just struggling to press the menu button because I was trying to hit plus. Celadon, not Viridian. Viridian's the second time. They do sell Moonstones in here. I know where to get a free one. But I'm sure they sell Moonstones. I just always have to remember what floor they're on. And I'm going to leave the timer going. just for the sake of it is how fast can I redeem them? And until I get the Dug Trio and Nidoking, I don't want to class them as redeemed. That is just a flaw of Nintendo Switches. Let's sell all the. I probably still 999 the candy. Yep, I still 999 the candy looking for that. Even after I spent so much on Pokeballs. I just remember. Oh, I can do other hunts in other games now. Let's see if that is 459. Oh, and I also need to buy the Moonstone. Can't forget that. Hey, I can't. Okay, we're heading to Mount Moon. I know exactly where to find one in there. Service counter. I think I can fly from the roof, but I don't want to test it. What level do these... Okay, I'm going to do it and I'm going to hate it because it's going to talk for like half an hour. Hey Google, what level does Nidoran evolve?
Level 16. On the website Pokemon-planet.fandom.com, they say, it evolves into Nidorino starting at level 16, which evolves into Nidoking when exposed to a Moonstone. To find out more, look for the link in your Google Home or Google Assistant app.
I knew it was going to talk for ages. I'm going to have to do it again. Hey Google, what level does Diglett evolve at?
Level 26.
26?
On the website bulbapedia.bulbaguide.net.
Hey Google, shut up. Every time. I know it's coming. It doesn't make it.
Sorry,
any...
I didn't understand.
Don't make the sexist joke. Really don't. Really tempted, but no, I shouldn't. So, 16 for Diglett, which means they should just evolve straight away. Which actually means Jolette would have evolved, but... Yeah, we got Joel in the party. Did you just get stuck on an invisible wall there, bud? Yeah. And 20 something for Sock and Mitten, which actually aren't too far off. I think it said 28. Yeah, there should be a Moonstone in here because I've spent enough time. It should have respawned. I shouldn't be too far off the end. I actually think I know what hunt I want to do after this. Because I got 2 Chansey. I think I might want a Poke Radar for a Happiny in BDSP. Whether I do that on stream or off stream, I don't know. Because I kind of want to finish the solo run. Which probably might be Tuesday while I'm waiting for the DLC. I don't think it's this one. No. I think it's this ladder. Nope. See, I know it's that spot right there. I just need to get to the right ladder to get down to it. And then there should be a Moonstone. Or if not, I can date reset to get it. I'm surprised. I mean, Mount Moon, I was going to say Moon Cave. Mount Moon is still relatively easy to get around. It's really not that confusing. But it still surprised me how much I remember of it. Yeah, and this should take me down to where the Moonstone is. Yep. And there we go. Okay, we got the Moonstone. That is literally all we need. Now I've just got to go to Cerulean Cave, fight a load of Chansey. If I run into a shiny one while I'm fighting them, I guess someone can have it. That is a thing. If I run into shinies that I've already got and I don't want them for like an extra playthrough or something, if anyone wants them on the stream, then feel free to speak up. Like, you've already got it and you don't want it. Like, I'll explicitly say if it's one that I don't want to keep. I'm more than happy to trade them over. Because I realised I can trade technically not online. Because Pokemon Home trading is a thing. Which you don't need a Nintendo Online subscription to trade on that. So I could always send it to that. Then you could trade with me on there. I didn't think about that. Because it's an evolved form. That's a point. Although, to be fair, that'd an easy hunt. That'd actually be a chill one. Yeah, no, affect the plan of, like, playing through, doing the solo run. I'm going to shiny hunt up to the release of the DLC. Because that just seems like a good little time waster, but also getting something for the DLC. Because there's a method for that, isn't there? Where if you stand in the right spot, you just have to wait for them to fall out the tree. So, yeah. Definitely doing that one. Because I was thinking maybe I don't want to hunt them in that game just because it's Origins and that. But for the decks and just something that'd be fun in a video. That's actually a shout. And it seems like a fun time waster. Rather than just be like, I'm doing this to fill the time until the DLC's out. Because what's he... Is he called Driplin? The evolved form? Or Dripple? Just checking I've got the right Pokemon. Charizard will be fine in front. Diplin, I thought it was something like that. Oh, let's go around on the Dodrio. Okay. What bets, like how many chances do we think it'll take to... Oh god, I forgot it's got to do this. And I forgot it wasn't battles. How many chances do we think it's going to take to level them up? I reckon potentially one for Diglett. Yes, one for Diglett. I'm going to say about 5, maybe. 5 maybe for the Nidoran. Never mind, I got those levels completely mixed up. It's the opposite way around. Diglett's going to take a while. So 5 for Diglett. 1 for both of these. So we got nice sort of purple but blue Nidorino. It's going to register in the decks. He is still kind of purple. I thought that was just the evolution screen. I'm going to get a second one. Mittens evolving. And there he is again. And then there's going to be another one evolving because I'm going to straight evolve. Which one? Sock, I think I said was going to be the king. So power up items. Moonstone, use on Sock. So now it's the Sock King. Oh no, there's an ad starting soon. I'll have to wait for the ad to end. So you can at least try and see the Dugtrio evolution. Although to be fair, it'll evolve after this. Oh, I love that shiny so much. There's a reason I wanted it originally, and that is why. Because a giant blue Nidoking looks amazing. I say giant, he is small. And he wants to learn Thrash, but I'm going to say no. So the ad's starting soon. So I'm just going to try and run into a few Chansey in the meantime. So hopefully you won't miss the Dugtrio evolution. Let's add the level 100 back to the party. Who else did I move? Who's this? Venusaur? Yeah, Venusaur's another one of the level 100. Surprising that I didn't go with Blastoise. Add to party. So both of them are done. And you know what? Just for the sake of it, because he was part of the original team I just forgot about, let's throw Blastoise there. I know it's going to jump me off the Dodrio, but that's completely fine. Come on, Chanty. I don't want to have to put a lure on. Chanchy! Oh, and it's a large one. Oh, I forgot the large one's going to give me way more XP as well. He's a large XP sack. I just wonder. One thing that is missing is just. Oh, hello, freaking hell, Joel. Is he gonna? He's so close. I think he evolves at 28. Oh, it's gonna go through every level now, isn't it? Yay! They don't skip levels. And I can't hit B to not learn the move. Blastoise 54. Once I headbutt at 54. Dog Trio. There we go. And no one's going to miss it. So we've got one little blue nose. Going to evolve. And I'm going to have redeemed my 3 blue noses. And it only took me to redeem Bronzong. Yeah. Actually, no. Timer has to actually keep going. It only took 2 Chansey, but that one was a large one. I was going to say it only took me 31 hours and 33 minutes. But I also have to evolve a Bronzor. Add to party over Joel. And let's save. And let's hopefully relatively quickly, because I'm going to have to leave soonish, evolve a Bronzor. Which I need to remember, I think it's in Diamond. There we go, Diamond's in. Like I say, hopefully this evolves quick. I think I moved the save over. Don't say I've got to start fresh on this. Oh, it's a fresh save. Okay. Wrong switch. This is the downside to having multiple switches. Because you got to do crap like this. There's my normal switch that I was playing on. But my OLED has the right save. And I don't know. Okay, there's a game in there. I think I was playing Tears of the Kingdom. Yep. I was flying somewhere apparently. Let's save. Okay. I'm not losing any progress. Take Tears of the Kingdom out. Put BDSP in. That should be the right switch. And I know this one is already connected because I deliberately kept them the same colour. This should have the right save on it. I'm so close to being finished. I really hope it doesn't take too long. Oh, I'm going to hate doing this again. Hey Google, what level does Bronzor evolve?
Level 33.
33.
On the website gamarant.com.
Hey Google.
They say,
Shush. 33. Have I got no...
33 is a 2015 film
Hey Google.
directed by...
Shush.
I found a few places...
Hey Google, shut up. Oh my god. Apparently if you say shush, it just doesn't take a hint. Okay, I need music for this. This is going to drive me insane. Set an end. Thank God, me and Google just we get on like a house on fire. And by that I mean I will set the house on fire if it winds me up. So, when we did the Poke Radar, we got Diamond, because that was the game I originally lost in. Copper. And just 2 Bronzo, because I didn't bother naming them. So I'm thinking, at level 15, I'm thinking I want to evolve Diamond. Question is, do I have rare candies? Computer says 41. Yeah, we're definitely going to be able to get it done in time. 33 it said. 15. 1, 2, 3. I forget, could you get them from the Grand Underground, don't you? And that just skipped nicely. Level 33. I want to learn Gyrable? Nope. Want to learn Hypnosis? Nope. You'll relearn them if I want to teach you moves, it's fine. But for now, I just want you to evolve. Safeguard? No. Extrasensory? No. Oh, you will be such a terrible Bronzong. But you're going to be my shiny Bronzong. Here we go. It's evolving. Oh, and it does its little spin. It's green. It's green with its yellow eyes. And now it's a nice big green Bronzong with its red eyes. I'm so happy to have it back. And it wants to learn. You know what? Since you're the last one to evolve, and you're the one that made me think of it. Let's get rid of Imprison, because it's the only move I can see on my screen. Is literally this Pokemon was the one that made me want to start doing this. It's all done. Let's go in the boxes. Move. And make sure I save. Now if I go into... It's apparently been a bit since I've been into Pokemon Home. Oh, and that I was done. That's it. Took me all together for... what is it? Bronzor, Bronzong, Nidoran, Nidorino, Nidoking, Diglett and Dugtrio. At 7 shinies, it took me 31 hours and 40 minutes, 22 seconds, and 31 milliseconds. Definitely not accurate. But, I mean, hell, I'll take it. It's close enough. Now we just find the box it's in. I can't remember where I'll have put it. There's Spinder. Always goes flying by. There's Diamond and Copper. They're the only ones from BDSP. Let it save. Apparently the internet's not the fastest today. I got a text, I think that was from her brother. Let's... What game was it in? Why am I blanking? Let's go Eevee? It was in Let's Go Eevee. Why can't I see it? I should be able to access my other games. Because it was the other Switch. Okay. Over to the other Switch. Go to Pokemon Home. Again. Same account. Checking whether it can be played. Any button. Literally last steps. I'm so happy I finished it. I'm going to keep saying it. I'm just so happy it's done. It was long, but it's so satisfying when I finally saw that. And technically I was in overtime for the Nidoking land. There's my save. Let's Go Eevee. That's why I wasn't on my other one, because I transferred it. It is being slow today. It's alright, you're back just to see me move these in. Yeah, just. Although I have to... No. Oh. I went too far, didn't I? I'm trying to do this with one controller. I don't know why I'm not just unhooking the other one. Let's load back into Let's Go Eevee. I realised because the time is not going, I almost thought I froze for a second. Yeah, as always, do we not know my motto at this point? It's just, I hate myself. So we got Jolette. We've got Joel. We are gonna find... Oh, one, two... Okay, I'm undoing the other controller. I'm not gonna keep exiting the save and going back in. We've got Bag. Come all the way back here. There's Mitten. And last but not least, we've got Sock. Yeah, we just tripled the amount of noses. But that is everyone. I'm going to space these out so I remember. And deliberately do it like this. For when I'm scripting the video. That's why I like nicknaming though. It was Majora talking about wasting his challenge points. As channel points, Pokeballs and that. So I was like, how can I relate? And he said to name it Waste. I was like, close to waste, but still kind of fashion, clothing, whatever. Let's call it Bag. So it's kind of still in the theme. I was thinking like bin bag, waste bag, whatever you want to call it. It's still in the theme, but there's still a story behind it. And that's kind of why I like nicknaming them. Like Copper and Diamond, That's just because it looks copper. Diamond because I lost it in my original diamond. You got Jolette and Joel. Just because apparently we were naming them that. That's the names are the fun bit. Cupcake and Gatto, just cause if you've seen RT game stuff. But yeah, I actually have to save changes and jump off pretty quickly. So let's very quickly jump back to this while I save on the other screen. And I'll catch us. We'll see. Probably Tuesday night. If not, definitely Wednesday. And I might try and do a catch up on the Monday when I get back. Because I realised I'm away over the weekend. Yeah, I'll try and give you some warning when I'm going to go live in the Discord and that. But yeah, I will catch you all in a bit. Let's leave you with some music. Bit abrupt, Karma. Battle on the Elite Four, Karma. Yeah, that's nice and chill. Okay, cool. Enjoy your weekend, or the rest of your week until Scarlet and Violet DLC release in like less than just over a day. And I'll catch you then.